How's it going? Welcome to the AQWorlds news. Let's go over everything new for Adventure Quest this week. Okay, starting out, we have some great art from Artix. This is going over some of the backgrounds or concepts for backgrounds for the Infinity intro, which is cool because it's going to be different from the AQWorlds one, which is nice because the AQWorlds one is changed quite a few times over the years. I can't say I've ever been that. I mean, I think I like the original one the most, but probably just because that's the original one I played. So yeah, probably that's just my bias there. I can't say I've liked any of the ones since then. There was a cool one with like a big dragon head coming through a wall. I don't know if that's still in the game, but anyway. So it looks like there's so there's a floating tower. My interpretation of these is what I'm gonna give you here. So I think the first screen, you have some mountains, some trees, a path. It looks like battle. What do you call it? It's not Battle on Forest or something like that. A and B. I forget the map names. Why am I forgetting it? Anyway, yeah, it looks like the one to the left of Battle on there. Kind of looks like that map a bit, so that would make sense. Next one looks like there's like mountains, so it looks like the screen from above, but you're maybe one frame into that, and then you can see, or no, you'd be a frame back because it's more zoomed out. And then you can see a floating castle. It's not the dragon castle. It's not Graveland's fortress thing, but it's different. And there's like another floating thing with two portals on it on the second image there. You got your little character down below. So that's kind of a new thing. I don't think that's in the game right now. And the first room looks like Mario 64. With like a portal and then a few doorways at the bottom and like sort of a castle. So you got the Mario 64 Peach's castle there at the bottom and a few other frames. So I don't know. I think we'll see what this looks like for the intro, but there's going to be a new intro for Infinity. Next up, we got some news about class changes and balance changes to the enhancements for the classes. So up here, we have the AQWorlds Class Council posting this for balance updates. These are happening tomorrow, Friday this week. So Phantom Chronomancer is getting an adjustment to the mana management and shrouded functionality. Hullborn Vindicator, born anew, no longer affected by boosts, now applies conditional safeguard, changing that. Dragon Knight improves soloing performance, just a buff for Dragon Knight, cool. Chaos Slayer, faster chaos, blight stacking, small bonus against chaos monsters, so a buff for Chaos Slayer. Alpha Omega gestures broadly, so a big change for Alpha Omega, I guess is what that would mean. Death Knight Lord, improved farming and debuff performance, so buff for Death Knight Lord. Naval Commander class, that is getting an improved farming and debuff performance, so buff for Naval Commander. That's like the second or third buff Naval Commander class has had over the past while, so cool to see they really want that class to be viable, I guess. Ravenous reworked. So they use the word reworked here, so you kind of have to infer from them saying that they're improving the other ones that the rework is going to change it and make it worse, probably. Valiance, small luck increase, reduced cooldown, and a buff for Valiance. So yeah, buffs all across the board, and Ravenous getting looked at. I guess they deem it too powerful, I would imagine. So, and that's what all the replies are thinking too, so we'll see. It might not be as bad as you might assume. It's usually how that ends up at the end of the day when all the dust settles. It's usually not that bad, but we'll see. And if it is too bad, yeah, just complain about it. Maybe they'll buff it up again. We'll see. October's rolling around really soon. It's the end of September already somehow. So for this, we're getting 17th Upholder. It'll start at the beginning of October. We're getting some Starswords with it, of course, like we do every year with the Upholder. We have a look at some of the hilts for the Starswords, so you can see the different themes here. So yeah, these are based off navals like they are almost every year. So good to know. These look pretty decent, like the one on the right quite a bit. I mean, they all look pretty cool. So, and you get an image up here. There's like a wider star. Is that a Starsword? It's kind of wider on the right there. A lot of them, a lot of Starswords. So yeah, more details on the side note. Supposed to see if that has any more information. So we get start and end dates for the Upholder badge here. So it starts on October 1st and ends on November 1st at the times there listed. So Why is it a minute difference? Anyway, so, that's the only information extra here. You get 17 Starswords, 13, and the older ones there, the 13 and 12 ones. Upholder character page badge, Sentinel class, armor set. So something is missing here from the last year's reward. Last year's rewards included access to the playtest for AQ Infinity that isn't listed as a reward here. Now that's either being left out because I forgot to add it here, or they're going to start doing public. What my assumption is, they're going to start doing public playtests where anyone can join. You're not going to need membership or Upholder to join those soon. So I would imagine that like having that as a bonus, like, and then changing it so they're public like right after you list that as a bonus would be kind of bad, because maybe people spent money they wouldn't have on a extra thing that just goes away almost immediately. Would be my guess on why they're not including it here. That's just a guess though. That's purely a guess. They might have just omitted it here. But yeah, no information on that. But it is missing. That was here last year, so no playtest access from Upholder, it would seem, unless they state otherwise, and I'll keep you up to date on that. All right, we got some new art from Kotaro. Screenshot quality very low for some reason. Every time I see a Kotaro screenshot on Twitter, art always looking great, but I imagine he's using like a monitor like this, where it's like 800 by 600 or something, because how is the screenshots look so bad? Maybe he does that on purpose so people don't steal the art or something. I don't know. I don't know the reason behind that, but anyway, so Kotaro posted new art. We've seen the male version of this. I think, yeah, someone posted in the replies here, so thank you to them. It saves me from having to find it. But male version looks like this if you want a higher quality version of what the female version is supposed to look like. And then we got the female version here as well. So yeah, it's like really, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, it's such a small complaint about the resolution, but it's just, he's like the only artist that uploads at such a low resolution. I don't know why. It's not even like base 1080p. Anyway, though, looks good. Looking forward to this. I have the assumption this is posted. The female version is posted. I hope I'm wrong. The female version is posted 3 months before December. They usually like to schedule things, at least they used to at AQWorlds. I think they play it more close to the actual date now, but they used to plan things 3 months in advance. 3 months from now is December. What happens in December? A gifting event. Is this set going to cost $200? If I had to put my money on it, you know, it's the one Kotaro. It's not actually the one Kotaro, so we actually got a Kotaro set last week, so I can't really complain. But anyway, they love to do that though, and great hairstyle. Anyway though, that's just my speculation. It might release before the gifting event in December. Hopefully it does, but that's my guess. Another Kotaro set. Looking good, looking good. We got purple hair. Kind of a weird gradient thing going on with the lake there, but I think it's a work in progress, of course, so probably fixed up. Arm looks really cool, the bandages and everything, massive belt, kind of a winter fur thing going on, but the rest of the set really doesn't look wintry. So yeah, kind of confused on the theme, to be honest, but maybe it's story related or something. I don't know, but looks interesting. We'll have to see what this is for. New set from Mihuri, and not a new set, a new weapon set from Mihuri. Mihuri does weapon sets. So yeah, opposite of Kotaro with the massive resolution screenshots here. Can't even fit on the screen, but yeah, it is looking pretty cool. Got a Legion design on the hilt, sort of Legion. Actually, not really. It's just kind of like a dragon with the Legion color scheme. Blue and black equals Legion. And then another one here with a mace spear thing. Well, not really a spear, but whatever this is. More of an axe, I guess. Really cool. With the horns as the blades there. Nice, cool design. I thought this was pretty cool. Prince Sidon posted designs from other artists, like other artists' factions and stuff in his own style. Really cool. So he did Stravian, Diabolical, and Astro here. So really nice. Actually, the one on the right, that perfect. Yeah, it's a great job. I think this one might be the worst of the three, if I'm being honest. Like the vibe's a little off for something Dominique would do, but it's not that bad. It's still pretty good, I'd say. So, but it's a little like, I don't know, it's kind of scrunch, like the stuff Dominique does. Like it's a bit cleaner usually. Like it's a little scrunched up, you know? Like the clothing has a bit like too much too much texture to. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's all of the news we have this week. Not a massive week for news. Really, I guess the class council stuff with the nerfs and buffs there. Some Kotaro sets is nice, but yeah, just not a lot. We got Halloween coming up, so I'm sure we'll see tons of stuff for that in the next week. Hopefully, we already saw quite a bit of Halloween stuff already, but I'm sure we'll see a little bit more for that. Got a whole month of that coming up. And yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked this. Thanks for being a channel member, supporting the channel like that. Really appreciate it. Become a member if you'd like to support the channel. And leave a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite thing you're looking forward to is. Did we miss anything? Let me know, and I'll see you next one. Peace.